Welcome back to the farm. It's been about a year since you've been here, John. So we've had a lot of really cool things happening. I'm going to share some updates with you here today. In fact, why don't we start here with this amazing community table that we've built since the last time that you were here. This will be able to sit 50 people. It's going to be true farm-to-table dinner events where the chefs will be able to pull some heirloom vegetables and herbs from our amazing garden here, and then our USDA organic mushrooms, and do some really great entree creations here. So we'll go inside now. So here's our bay door where we have all of our input ingredients that come in and our orders going out. And while we're here, I'll just show you quickly our ideas for the community table, again being over here on the right, but somewhere over here we're going to be building an outdoor kitchen for the chefs to be able to, again, pull from the garden the vegetables and herbs and then our mushrooms and create some amazing dinner events. We're going to be having some live music. We'll be featuring all the various chefs that we work with, workshops, cooking classes, fire pits, that kind of scene for this upcoming spring and summer. So we're really excited about that. The substrate that we work with right here is comprised of a mixture of both red oak sawdust and soy hulls, which is an agricultural byproduct, basically a waste stream. And this is one of our spent blocks that has already fruited out. We put this out back into our garden where we till it back into the earth so that the beneficial fungi that exists in here can actually enrich our soil and make our vegetables not only better tasting but better for you as well. The substrate, this block that's made up of this red oak sawdust and soy hulls, we start over here initially with our ribbon mixer, and from up there we dump in our ingredients and we mix it for a period of time, and we also hydrate it to a certain percentage. So the substrate from up here we dump into our ribbon mixer, and again the substrate is just a mixture of red oak sawdust, and watch your head here, and soy hull. So we dump it into here, and again we hydrate it to a certain percentage depending on some variables, and then the substrate actually drops down a chute with a pneumatic bagger that puts it into our plastic bags, which we then send off to our cooker. So let me show you what the substrate looks like. This again is our soy hull pellets, non-GMO, and this is our red oak hardwood pellets that we use primarily as our input ingredients to make our substrate. So the substrate comes out of the mixer and drops down a chute, and essentially we put it into our bags here, and then at this point it would be ready to go off into our cooker, which is right now currently running. We bring it up to a certain temperature, hold it for a certain period of time to kill off any of the foreign pathogens, to ensure that when we inoculate our block with the mushroom spawn that we're looking to grow, that we ensure that the substrate has the best ability to start off with a clean slate. And over here is where we have our lab room, and this is where, once the block has cooled off to a certain temperature, we're able to bring that block into our positive pressure HEPA filtration clean room where we inoculate our blocks, and then from here we get to go down to our incubation room.
Introduce the guys?
Sure, yeah, so today our staff members we got working, we got Mike here, local Millstone guy, and Dave over here. This is what makes the day-to-day operations absolutely continue flawlessly. These guys are the heartbeat of the company. Inside here is our incubation room, and we keep this climate controlled, in fact, because these blocks in the summertime, they give off heat. Not only in the summertime, they give off heat all the time, but it's a real challenge in the summer to keep this room cool due to the amount of heat that each one of these blocks kicks off. And depending on the strain These blocks can be in here going through their spawn run, their incubation period of time for anywhere from about as little as 10 to 12 days upwards of a month plus. Here we have some of our oyster mushrooms. This is let's see here, some more oyster mushrooms, and you can tell that this has recently been inoculated because you don't see much of the white mycelial mass that has taken over the block. And again, these blocks are essentially sawdust and soy hulls. Here we have some cordyceps that we grow from time to time. That's a really popular medical mushroom right now. And yeah, just more and more blocks. Here's the lion's mane blocks. And over here, this is one that's a little bit further along and definitely would be ready to go into our fruiting rooms today. From the incubation room, we can visit one of our main grow rooms. Right now, we're running 3 grow rooms, but we have many more that we can activate when the season starts to get a little bit more busy. And in here, we're growing right now, some blue oysters, some golden oysters. We have some piapinos that are growing here today as well. As you can see, we're also monitoring the climate inside of our room, of course. Mushrooms needing a very specific range of environmental conditions, both temperature and humidity, as well as monitoring the amount of carbon dioxide as well. Mushrooms, similar to us humans, actually give off carbon dioxide. And so with this amount of block, this amount of substrate in this room, the carbon dioxide levels actually get quite high, which is why you can see this fan actually in the back of our grow room right now has been activated to actually evacuate the air and bring in some more fresh air for the mushrooms. That's our misting system, of course, that just activated. And we're trying to maintain a humidity in here that's probably somewhere around 90%. And so when it gets below that, it simply triggers our high pressure misting system. So over here we have some black pearl oyster mushrooms. Down here, some beautiful chestnut mushrooms that are getting close to being ready. When we bring the bags into our fruiting room, depending on what the variety is, we cut them in specific ways to encourage growth. Once you cut the bag, it triggers the entire mycelial mass to fruit because it introduces oxygen into the bag. So we have some really nice piapinos here as well today. So those are really nice. And some more black pearl oyster mushrooms. And yeah, so this is our main fruiting room here for right now. So last time that you were here, I think we were probably fruiting somewhere around, maybe 750 to 1,000 pounds of our organic mushrooms per week. And right now we're north of about 1,000 pounds. And in the summertime, it goes quite high from there. So we're still scaling up and we're still activating some of our grow rooms as we meet the demand for our mushrooms. So from here, we're gonna just walk down to where, once we pull our mushrooms from the fruiting room, we stage them up and we pick them and we get them ready for our orders, both wholesale, retail, and that happens, roughly in here, where we have a bunch of our mushrooms that are ready to go out for the next couple of days. These are obviously mature, ready to go oyster mushrooms and lion's mane, and we have multiple carts of mushrooms here that are ready. Hundreds and hundreds of pounds of local organic mushrooms. We like to keep our mushrooms here ready to go out at about 33 degrees to keep them super fresh for our accounts. Yeah, Beautiful mushrooms here today. Okay, so here we are at the last step at the farm where we're actually harvesting the mushroom for order. This here is our golden oyster mushroom, which we're simply just gonna pull off and box up for one of our chefs. Like so, quite simple. And then after here, one of our final last steps is we'll take our block, our substrate, we'll bring it over here, and we stage the blocks here in our nifty little farm truck so we can take it out to our garden where we can till it back into the earth as part of our regenerative process here. Again, the mushroom block here is full of beneficial fungi that enriches the soil and produces not only a better tasting vegetable, but better for you as well. Oh, actually, I guess we gotta. So here we are at one of our compost piles. Again, we're staging this here in the off season, but once the days get a little bit longer and warmer, we'll till that back into our garden here, where again, we've had some amazing success with increased yields and amazing produce from our garden. So that's a good look at the farm. You'll have to come back in the spring to see what else we have going on as the seasons change and we start to execute on our farm to dinner table events. Be sure to subscribe to our newsletter off of our website. But before you go, I wanted to talk to you more about our Sophie Gold Award winning mushroom broth, which is going to be soon to be found in all of our local stores. This is made with our organic shiitake mushroom to boost your immunity, and our lion's mane mushroom for your nervous system and brain health. So we're really excited about this product, and thanks for coming out today.
Actually, one more thing.
Yeah. One more thing. Here's our outbound box here to one of our chefs for the weekend. So this has got our chestnut mushrooms, our lion's mane, golden oyster, pioppino, black pearl oyster, the king trumpet, blue oyster, and maitake.
Is there a mail order, or can people come to the farm?
Yeah, right now we have people coming out to the barn to purchase mushrooms, and you can also purchase them online off of our website as well.
You can learn more about Two River Mushroom by visiting their website at tworivermushroom.com. Sign up for their newsletter to find out about their scheduled events and follow Two River Mushroom on Instagram.